Hello, this is Way of Weinstein, live from the financial district of New York City. Thank you for watching, however you may be watching, Facebook Live, YouTube. Let's get into it. Broad City, Season 4, Episode 5. Abbi's mom, good bounce back episode from last week. I really wasn't a fan of the mushrooms episode. I feel too much that episode went over my head because I've never indulged in that activity. But okay, so I like how this episode had two main arcs of Abbi's mom coming into town and the whole contest at Sushi Mamba of Alana's workplace. Love that it actually made sense, and I like that it didn't have something that, I don't know, maybe 80% of Broad City's audience did do mushrooms, but for the people that haven't done mushrooms that watch Broad City, completely went over my head last week. So, thought it was really funny seeing how they completely prepared for Abbi's mom coming in, hiding dildos, hiding their weed, hiding anything that's kind of taboo. So, thought it was great. And then the really intimate conversation between Abbi and her mom, saying how she had a lump on her breast and now how she wants to be more adventurous and do things she hasn't had the opportunity to do in the past. And then from that, essentially how Bevers comes in, which Bevers in small doses can be good. He can be. I thought it was funny how he came out, and because, as we learned throughout the episode, that Abbi's mom has only had sex with 3 men, that she was even attracted to Bevers and was giving him a look of, and how Bevers was wearing nothing but very tight underwear, and how it looked like if Abbi wasn't there, something may have happened, talking about what they're doing. And I was actually expecting this episode to be Abbi's mom, because Abbi got fired in the last episode, meaning that her mom was coming to either give her money or if there's going to be an arc where she moved back with her. I wasn't sure where exactly they're going, but I like where this episode went. So with the episode, how most of the episode was at Sushi Mamba, which we see another occurrence of RuPaul, who introduces the contest of how normally the waiters and waitresses get to keep their tips, but the person who gets the most tips gets to keep all the tips, and then the person who gets the least amount of tips gets fired. So throughout that, I wasn't sure if throughout that episode Alana got roofied or something, because she seemed just out of it. It was just really her sadness, and I've never heard anything like that sad lamp. And I guess the tinfoil makes sense because it got a greater reflection. So the whole point where Alana's going through the different tables, and especially when she's at Abbi and her mom's table, saying, do you want to, how they're saying, do you want shots, martinis, and keep going another shot, and then she's at that other table with the people are saying you have a lot of money, and you see her tripping. And then you see the other guy at the table with the old guy and the woman with the large breasts, and you see all the interactions of essentially Alana going to the room with the light, and then Abbi's mom opening up more and more up, essentially saying she's never had sex with someone that never spoke English, she never had anal, never a finger. Essentially, all the things that she wished she could have done. And then Abbi tells her she's had sex with 32, and she's like, what the what? And then when she has her big breakdown, and she's talking to RuPaul, and saying how she's just really sad, and he's actually turned on to that, which I wasn't sure, as I know he's a drag queen in real life, so I wasn't sure for the show if he's supposed to be gay or straight. Not that there's anything wrong with either or, whatever. I was just curious what he was, just because he was saying he got a tad erect from like Abby's and Alana's sadness, and saying how he'd just fire her, she was off, and then and Abby's mom literally gets up, stands up, falls into the water. That's what led to Abbi, this whole confrontation between RuPaul and Alana that led to that, and then saying whatever you need to do. This isn't I think they said at Dave and Buster's in Long Island, and then from that, just saying how to the whole restaurant, announcing that her daughters had sex with 32 people, and just saying what she wants to do. Then also in the episode, they smoked the joint, or joint blunt, I don't know. And then from there, we're seeing how the next big thing, we see Abby's mom making out with one of the waiters, and then Abbi and Alana see them, and he's like, Mom, stop. And then RuPaul sees him, and then he tells him he's fired, and then he tells him that he blew him. He's like, so what? And he's fired, and I'm not sure if that was a guy or a girl, whatever that waitress with the Macy Gray like hair identifies it, whatever she identifies as, and then, or he or she identifies as, said like, you're my father, and it's like, I don't work with family, you done. And then it's just his character that they've built up this season. He's just cold-hearted and doesn't give a fuck about anything. And then the last scene where they're at the erotica store getting dildos, and then the guy wants to bring her the mom starter pick, and Alana's calling her a slut. Abby's not too okay with it, but Abby's mom is okay with that. And then they do like a cutback. So I forget which episode it was, but they show her the ultimate one, the one that guy that Abbi I hooked up with Jeremy had, and she was saying only hand wash it because she tried dishwashing that dildo in a previous episode, and that was a funny callback. And yeah, overall, thought it was a good episode. Now, granted, could it be getting the fact that the Yankees won tonight bias? Very possible. I'm in a good mood, cautiously optimistic. Still got to win one more, but hey, if that's making me enjoy this Broad City episode more, so be it. But yeah, I definitely thought it was a lot better than last week. Enjoyed it. Had some laughs. I'm excited to see where they go next week, where you see the previews for this season, where it shows the old woman saying, "My wand is quite magical. We'd like to try it." So I'm curious to see what they go with that episode. Now, there's a whole thing with Spectrum and Viacom, where they're saying that they may kick off those channels. I'm not exactly sure when that is. Hopefully that happens. Hopefully it doesn't happen at all, but if it does happen, hopefully it happens after Broad City wraps up for this season. Otherwise, but yeah, overall, thought it was a good episode. That's all. What did you guys think? If you like this video, comment, like it, follow me, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Way of Weinstein. That is all. Good night. See you later. Bye.